So about 2.5 hours since we dumped our packs, we got really close to a roaring red stag, which is unusual in here. We had a Sika stag kind of answering our single calls, but he wasn't that keen, and we may have spooked a couple coming down here, so back to our packs and start to climb up the hill to camp.
So Jonty, tell me about that first ever Sika deer you shot, that stag. What can you remember?
Not much. It was in the morning, right?
Yeah, it was a morning hunt.
Yep. We were only a couple 100 yards from the bivvy, maybe.
Yeah, probably 500 yards.
Yeah.
How old were you?
It's only 7.
And what sort of stag was it?
Just a spiker. Sika spiker.
And what'd you shoot it with?
Was it Mum's Saka?
Yeah.
I don't think I could actually hold the gun by myself properly. I think Mum had to help me hold it.
And how did we come across it?
I don't know. You just got to point it at it and say, shoot that.
Didn't Mum do some roaring beforehand?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think she roared it in.
Yeah, it's a long time ago.
What about your trophy stag a couple of years later? You remember that?
Well, that was also just a couple 100 yards from the hut. Yeah, we got up early that morning and we're just using AJ Productions Sika caller, and it didn't seem like anything was responding, but then I think you just noticed out of the corner of your eye that this stag had just come out of nowhere. Yeah, it's a nice 8-pointer.
Good stuff.
Well, good morning guys, it's Easter Friday. We've got a hurler stunning day to go and hunt Sika stag, so that's what Jonty and I intend to do. We've packed our little swags for the day, a bit of grub, water, necessities of life, and we're about to go and head out and see what we can find. Some of our good old faithful spots, so we'll see if they're roaring. Well guys, we're in prime Sika country, and it's just one of those days. There's just nothing happening. It's bloody frustrating. We bumped a stag earlier this morning. We've been squealed at by a hind, but there's just no noise, not a lot of action happening. So we're obviously in the wrong neck of the woods, so it's, yeah, 10:30 getting on for 11. Might be time to try another place, plan an afternoon hunt. as a Sika hunter, that's what I live for, moments like that. A little Jap spiker, 20 yards, and I'm going to just kick myself when I get back to camp because I've left my pile of spare batteries. My big camera's run out of grunt. I think I can just turn it on and it'll record for a few seconds and then it'll probably die. I can't abandon the hunt though because it's perfect. The black panthers put me onto both stags. There's a young stag over here and I got a little bit of footage of him. He was cagey, and then we were just creeping through here and she froze up, and sure enough there was a deer. I thought it was a hind at first, but no, it had little knobs. So awesome. And we just want something mature and big. Right, well, that was just the most awesome morning. After I got onto that spiker, I probably travelled half a k through the bush and picked up a single calling stag, and I thought, got to go for it. Got around to the ridge that I thought he was going to be near, and he was up on these faces up in here just going for it. I came into this spot up here and there was one further down the ridge answering him. It was like, whoa, I've got two. So I tried to go to the nearest one, thought I'd fluffed it, but he'd actually crossed the creek, and then I had two up on this face. So stalked in. While I was on this side of the creek, I saw one just go careering around the corner, and he looked to have reasonably long antlers, but no chance of a shot. I then stalked up a ridge to where the one was making the racket, which I thought would be the big boy. I had the dog on the lead. We got in close and I saw this pathetically small little 8-pointer with tiny little tops. I'm like, surely you're not holding the hind. So whether he was an outrigger hanging about, I don't know, but bloody updraft of wind, and that was it. Disappeared and they all shut up. So I've then gone another 120 yards, picked up my game camera. We'll see if there's anything on that. And while I was picking that up and opening it, happened to look about 60 yards through the bush and I see a little pair of antlers up with a scope, and nah, it's just a young stag. So I kind of called him in, and that's been my adventures. So now I'll head back for the afternoon, see what Jonty Morris is up to, and plan what he and I are going to do this evening. For Little Red tramps in sometime tonight for roast chicken with us. Well guys, it's about 10 now, and we got really close that time, but I caught glimpses of him just, and I thought, well, he was coming up to me, and then he kind of almost got chicken and started moving away. So bastard had antlers, but I couldn't tell you how good they were. There's another one he's been answering probably 500 yards that way, so I've got to decide whether I'm going to go back. It's pretty big mission because you got to cross a bit of a gorge there, or just keep hunting east. It's certainly active. Well guys, that was just bloody bizarre. So I did a single call, fairly quiet one, and next minute the stick's breaking, and without a word of a lie, a small 6-point stag just came running in so damn fast that I was all fingers and thumbs. I couldn't even turn my camera on, and he just kept coming and coming and coming. He sort of caught me and the dog unawares, and he literally got to within 10 feet and then veered off and ran down the hill, by which time I sort of composed myself slightly, got the camera on, and as you'll see I took some pretty average video of the bugger. Man, it was almost like he'd never seen a person before. He didn't quite know what to make of us. But it's now about 11:45. Earlier I heard a couple of pops, maybe back over towards where Emma's hunting. So she packed in last night, got here at about 7:30 with a monster pack. It's got a couple of liquid refreshments in it. She's a good girl. And yeah, so she's hunting a spot that she's always had a bit of a passion for, so fingers crossed she's on the board. Or I may have heard shots coming from a mate Byron's bloody block, which is sort of to the north of us, so who knows, we'll find out in due course. Well, that's classic. I've just stopped for a break out in the open, and it's about 2:30. Got the binos out, started just lazily glassing some faces. Bang, there's a Sika hind out feeding. So who's looking after her? Where's the big stag? Anyway, it's at 480 yards. So I could have a crack if a big stag stepped out, but somehow I don't think they will. So dog and I are just having a break, and then I'll head back into the bush. There's one about 500 yards that way, I reckon. It's been going all morning. Hopefully he might start up this afternoon. It's number one target. Well guys, it's 4:30. We were just on sort of the last beat. An old doofus here. We were in a sort of a tussock gut, and she ran into the beach and chased something away. So bit of dog training to be done yet. She's not the finished product, obviously. Anyway, onwards and upwards, and head back for a beer, something to eat. Long time since breakfast.
Cruel and unreasonable, isn't it, Jonty?
This pan, it's like non-stick at all.
What you cooking?
Pancakes. Turn it off, this is terrible.
Why?
I'm serious.
You're a master of this.
Restart it.
Why is it terrible? Yeah, bacon looks alright though. Master Chef. I hear a bit of cackle up there.
Yeah, exactly, in the darkness.
Why aren't you out there hunting?
Oh, because it's such a beautiful day. If you look out there.
Bit wet, bit cold. Nasty.
Turn the camera off. Not this one.
So Dad, what's going on here?
This is a la carte. It's Pancake Jack.
So
And I'm just flipping them.
Okay.
You watch.
BRB is going to show you how it's done.
Woo! Yeah! Did you capture that?
Not too shabby. Not too shabby.
Thank you.
Okay.
So that's us guys for Easter 2019, and she's a wet, miserable day, so it's homeward bound.
So Backridge Butcher Clan 0, Sika thumbs up, obviously.
Sure as this trip.
Yeah.
Right, let's go. Well, it's really set in now, guys, to become a very average Easter Monday. I think we're all looking forward to getting into that nice warm truck.